What's going on, guys? It's Robert Rowland. It's Monday. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick podcast. I'm driving to another job site. I wanted to touch base with you guys. It's a nice, beautiful Monday. It's warm out. Today is a wonderful day here in the land. Great weekend closeout. Not a whole lot happened. You guys heard my previous podcast, so you know everything that happened with me. Relatively. Nothing really changed there. But what I really wanted to talk about today is resetting as a narcissist. And resetting as a narcissist is a difficult task. And the reason it's important to go ahead and reset as a narcissist is we got to have a fresh start point. That being said, as a narcissist, if you've been going through therapy or if you're not going through therapy and you're going through the recovery process with yourself, and you're logging things and you're just taking the step to say, you know what, I'm going to start acting differently. I'm going to start responding differently. I'm going to start being honest. I'm going to stop being manipulative. I'm just going to be more forthcoming when it comes to obstacles. I'm going to start becoming my own self-supply. Congratulations to you. That is a major step in the recovery process. I want to applaud you in that. I wish you the most of success. It definitely can be done. It's going to definitely take some time. No success story is an overnight story. Just stick through it, regardless of how bad you want to fall back into your old ways. Just press through it and continue on your path, and I promise you good things will come out of it for yourself, and you'll feel a whole lot better. But one thing I wanted to go ahead and say is through the recovery process, we need to hit the reset button for ourselves and try to have a fresh start, emotionally, mentally, internally for ourselves. It's very important to go ahead and hit the reset button. It's very difficult to continue to open up old wounds and old scars, because the more you open up old wounds or continue to look at your past and get reminded of the mistakes that you made in the past, it's very difficult to heal. It's kind of like a scab or a cut. If you keep touching and going into those old wounds, it takes a whole lot longer for you to heal. Now, with that being said, that can be misconstrued a lot of ways. But what I'm saying with that is particularly your habits and your actions. You have to hit reset on your train of thought, how you respond, how you act in certain situations. Now, if you're putting yourself in these situations where you always act a certain type of way or a certain kind of way, stop putting yourself in that situation. That's the best advice I can give you. Now, when it comes into being involved with a loved one, communication-wise, if you're in a situation where you truly love that person and that person keeps reminding you of your past and the things that you've done, and they're not being receptive of you being open and honest, you've got a difficult choice ahead of you. You can try to explain to them what you're going through and the steps that you're taking. 9 times out of 10, your voice and your actions, your voice really doesn't mean anything because of all your words that you've said in the past have pretty much taken all credibility away from, sorry about that, guys, this road's kind of bad that I'm on, and I've got a trailer behind me. But number two, it's super important for your actions more or less to speak more than your voice, and that's more than just hitting the reset button. That's just in general. You can't really talk about what you're doing. You have to prove what you're doing via actions. People have to see your attitude change. People have to see the mood change. People have to see how you react and respond in certain situations. Unfortunately, as a narcissist and through the recovery process, we are under a microscope. Any kind of variation in our attitude or in our responses, people are automatically going to say, hey, you haven't changed, or now you're showing me your true self. You're defaulting back into how you were, and this is who you really are. But when those things happen, it's important not to be discouraged within that. It's very important to go ahead and own whatever it is that you're going through and deal with it. No one's perfect. Having bad feelings and feeling bad or being upset is a normal reaction, and it's normal. It's human, and you're not going to always feel good. You're not always going to feel great. It is not, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're all not perfect people, but when we're being viewed and through this change process and this recovery process, unfortunately, the people that are looking at us and viewing us, they expect us to be perfect, if they expect anything at all, or any slight, anything different than perfect, they're going to think that we aren't changing. So what I'm saying to you is, don't be discouraged, and don't let that keep you from your recovery. But as far as hitting the reset button, sometimes it's good to just hit Control-Alt-Delete, and do a reboot on yourself, and weigh out what's important to you. If and basically throw out the trash, essentially. And what I'm saying is go in your closet and get rid of the access stuff that you have, and that, when I say that, and that means purge, go to the people that you've hurt, that you've lied to, that you're keeping something from, and just come clean to them and say, hey, this is what I've kept from you, and this is what I haven't been honest with you about, and I'm sorry, but you have to be genuine about it, and you have to expect that, one, you're going to hurt their feelings probably, but number two, you might lose that friendship or relationship temporarily, but three, it's going to make you feel a whole lot better as a person, because now you don't have that weighing on you anymore. Me personally, I'm probably the most forgetful person in the world. I can't remember half the things that I do, half the things that I say. Heck, I can't remember half the dinners that I've eaten. Like, if you asked me what I ate last week, I couldn't tell you every single meal. I'm that forgetful. So lying to someone and being dishonest, for me, as a narcissist, was extremely difficult, because I am so forgetful, and that got me into a lot of trouble when while I was being a narcissist. I mean, because I would say one thing and then a little while later I would say something completely different, and the people that I was involved with, they were like, hey, you said this earlier. Why is it this now? And then I would go back and try to change the story and make it seem like it's something else, or try to make it seem like they heard me wrong, and the whole time I was lying the whole time. So, it's just easier to go in and just be honest. If you're in the situation of being a narcissist and you're going through recovery, go ahead, hit reset. Be honest with the people that you're lying to, that you're not being completely honest with, and start from there. A fresh start, and that'll give you a reset, and continue to be honest going forward with these people, because it's going to help you out in the long run, because you don't have to remember any lies. You can basically 9 times out of 10 remember the truth, and then at that point when you get confronted with something and you don't know, and it's the truth, and you tell them like, hey, I don't know, you can tell them, hey, I don't know, but you can check it, and when they go to find out, and they actually know what you said, and what you said is actually true, it makes you look better, and then genuinely, you're not lying, because you told them, hey, at one point you told them the truth, and then the second point, when they asked you again, you told them you didn't know because you truly forgot, you didn't lie, so that's a big plus and a big positive, in the course of hitting the reset button. Hitting reset is extremely, extremely important through the recovery process. And for me personally, in my recovery process, as you guys probably have heard all of my podcasts, throughout my podcast, it took a person to actually, my loved one, my ex, the woman that I truly loved, for me to actually realize that I'm a narcissist. And she pointed it out to me, and unfortunately she left me, and that basically set my world on fire, essentially, and that gave me the drive and pushed me over the edge to go ahead and seek the help, to go through the therapy, and to start this recovery and go through all the stages of the therapy and the change and all this other good stuff, and it wasn't just her that I was being a narcissist to, it was everyone, and as a narcissist, we have to remember we're not just being narcissist to a particular person. We're narcissistic to everyone that we encounter. It's not just a particular person. It's not just a particular group of people. It's everyone. Everyone we encounter, our addiction affects everyone. It affects our friends. It affects our family. It affects our coworkers. It affects our children. And it affects ourselves extremely. So, getting help is extremely important, because the quality of life for you is definitely going to improve, number one. But number two, it's just going to make everyone else around you a lot happier and a whole lot more comfortable, because when you're sitting in a room and you're talking to people, people are going to appreciate the fact that, one, when you're talking to them, they know that you're being honest. Two, that you're not hiding anything, that you've got no secrets. That three, they can trust you. People that are involved with folks, trust is an extremely important part of relationships, friendships. But I'm nearing my time and I'm about to get off the highway, so once I find out where I need to go, because I'm not familiar with this part of town, I'll jump back on and finish out this podcast. But again, guys, it's Robert Rowland. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday and work week. Goodbye.